Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
A very good Wednesday afternoon, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Harrelson. The transient accused of carjacking and killing an 81-year-old Billings man is being held on $1 million bond this afternoon. The victim has been identified as William Joy, a 25-year law enforcement veteran and graduate of Billings Senior High. Joy became Bighorn County Sheriff November of 1982, retiring in 1986. Joy spent 16 years with the Hardin Police Department before he went to work for Bighorn County for another 9 years. He was abducted from a Billings post office on Sunday night, murdered in his own vehicle, and his body was left in a middle school parking lot. The suspect, Donald Gray Jr., a transient from North Carolina, made his first appearance in court on Tuesday. Defense attorneys say Gray had only been in Billings for 1 week when he allegedly abducted Joy at the post office before killing him. Charging documents state Gray saw Joy getting into his car when he approached him and threatened him with a knife, ordering him to drive away. They drove a couple of blocks before they stopped near Lewis and Clark Middle School. Gray told police Joy became combative and was trying to attract attention, so he stabbed him multiple times in the chest, dumping Joy's body at the school. Gray was arrested by officers a short time later, and after he was pulled over for a traffic violation. Montana Attorney General Tim Fox responding to the crime. Fox served with Joy during his stint as a Hardin police dispatcher. In a statement, Fox says, quote, "I considered him a role model and a friend. He was a hardworking, personable, overachieving person, emblematic of everything that is right with public service." Turning now to Great Falls, where police are still investigating a weekend murder-suicide. 42-year-old Rhonda Roxy Ray of Great Falls and 56-year-old Michael Mick Willie of Lincoln both died from single gunshot wounds. Great Falls police now say their investigation indicates Willie shot Ray. MTN has learned Willie had been arrested twice in the last couple of months after allegedly punching a woman and violating a no-contact order. In April, he was charged with felony aggravated assault. Charging documents say Willie was involved in a shoving match with a woman when he allegedly punched the woman multiple times in the face and head. We have not been able to confirm whether or not the woman in that case was Ray. In court news, the Billings Police Department employee who was fired in February for stealing drug evidence makes her first court appearance. 38-year-old Rollin Strizich is charged after she admitted stealing close to 1,000 pills collected as evidence in more than 130 cases. Strizich is released on her own recognizance under an order she can have no contact with anyone in the Billings Police Department. In January of 2017, she contacted a supervisor and confessed to stealing pills from the facility for her own personal use. It was during that investigation into the case that department officials learned Strizich had sex with 3 Billings police officers on city property, and in some cases, while those officers were on duty. A former Custer County High School science teacher is booked into jail on suspicion of multiple sexual encounters with a 15-year-old Miles City student. 38-year-old Morgan Pett is charged with 6 counts of sexual intercourse without consent, 1 count of sexual abuse of children, and 1 count of tampering with evidence. A Custer County jail employee says Pett was extradited from Alaska, where he was working after he left his Miles City teaching job last year. The girl told authorities the meetings happened in both of their vehicles and both of their homes between December of 2016 and January of 2017. Court documents state the encounter stopped after Pett's wife discovered nude photos on his computer and called police. Pett faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. In other news, the Montana Public Service Commission gave its approval on a deal including $4.5 million for the city of Colstrip. In a vote of 4-1, the PSC voted to approve the sale of Spokane-based Avista Corporation to Canadian utility Hydro One. Avista is part owner of Colstrip Units 3 and 4. As part of the deal, Avista agreed to give the town of Colstrip $4.5 million to help with the city's transition to a post-coal future. Avista will need the approval of utility commissions in Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Alaska to complete the sale. And the Interior Department and the Blackfeet Nation have officially implemented the water rights settlement of 2016. Blackfeet Chairman Harry Barnes and Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke signed the documents at a ceremony in Washington, D.C. Tuesday morning. The settlement was passed by Congress and signed into law by President Barack Obama back in 2016. Tribal members ratified the compact in a vote last spring. The compact includes $471 million for water-related projects, including newer improved irrigation systems, the development of community water systems, and land acquisition. The compact has been in the works for more than 3 decades. Onto the campaign trail, Donald Trump Jr. will be in Billings 1 week from Friday to deliver the keynote address to the Republican Party's platform convention dinner. In addition to Trump Jr., Montana Senator Steve Daines, Congressman Greg Gianforte, and GOP Senate nominee Matt Rosendale will also be speaking at the convention. Turning our attention now over to Connor in the Weather Center. Connor, Father's Day is coming up this weekend. Not too early to start thinking about maybe some outdoor plans?
Absolutely. I mean, not too early to think about the day in general if you haven't gotten the present yet. Here's your reminder. It's Wednesday. I was thinking about doing this Thursday or Friday, but figured I'd give you the full heads up. But if your present was a day outside, a little round of golf or something like that, here's the forecast. It's looking rather cool, and we'll add some rain to that as well. This is beginning the day on Friday, heading into Saturday, and then here's Sunday as well. So by the time it's all said and done, around an inch of precipitation across many areas here in Montana. So your Father's Day plans might have to hold off on the golf or fishing or whatever it is else that you wanted to do. But you've got a few days to make some plans. Got your full forecast coming up here in just a little bit.
Thanks, Connor. And sticking with weather, FEMA officials are in Montana this month to tally damage assessments related to springtime flooding. FEMA employees are spread out across the state, working with state and local officials. They're putting together detailed information on what was damaged by the high water and what was spent in terms of overtime and fuel costs during the initial flood response.
So we're trying to do everything we can to make sure that the essential infrastructure that lets us live our everyday life is up and running. I mean, in some parts of the country, and I've seen this time and time again, a single road is your lifeline. That's where you go to get your mail, your groceries, maybe your prescriptions. So we're working hard with the state and the locals to make sure that this crucial infrastructure in Montana is being assessed so we fully understand the pain points in the state, what damage was done as a result of this flooding.
As far as a specific timeline, Green says FEMA workers are working as fast as they can to complete an accurate assessment. Green says citizens who suffered property damage during the spring floods should first contact their local emergency management officials so that information can be included in FEMA's final report. And a Great Falls company has been chosen to begin the process of rebuilding the historic Sperry Chalet, which burned last summer. The National Park Service has awarded a $4 million contract to Dick Anderson Construction to begin rebuilding the chalet's dormitory. Construction will be completed in 2 phases beginning this summer and continuing into 2019. Well, more to come here on the Statewide Noon News. With the historic summit behind us, we now look toward the future for the U.S. and North Korea. We have an update from Washington. And you're halfway through the work week. Connor has your full forecast as we start looking ahead towards the weekend. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Harrelson, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Northern Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.